Hello, 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 Miss Carol. Just caught me getting things set up here. All right, we're just going to wait a couple minutes here and see who else jumps on. All right. Did you get all your papers cut, Carol? We'll just score them together. I think that's probably easiest. Not that it's a hard card to do. It really isn't. However, it's always easier when you see somebody else do it, I think. I do have a question that you can answer me, though. I have a fan going at my feet. Can you hear that fan? All right. We are getting close to 6:30 here. I think my video keeps going in and out. I can see that happening in front of me. Hopefully that corrects itself. All right, we're going to get started. Hey. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do short lunch break with Shel videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time here on my Facebook business page as well as my YouTube channel. Also on Wednesday nights at 6:30 Central Standard Time, I do Facebook Live videos and hopes that you guys will craft with me. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. Just a couple days before the new July to December mini catalog goes live. And for every $60 you buy out of this catalog, or combined, you get to choose a freebie out of the celebration. So it's a great time to get some free products. My order will be going in the wee hours of the morning on July 1st. So if you are wanting to be in on my workshop order, please get your orders to me no later than 10 p.m. on June 30th. All right, that's that little spiel out of the way. Tonight we are doing by request fun folds. One of my customers requested fun folds, so I aim to please. That's what I'm doing. And I'm biting off a big one tonight because I'm trying to do two in one video. I am going to be using products from the new catalog. Surprise, surprise. One card we will be using, if I can find the page here, I did mark it. One card we will be using the amazing Splendid Day Suite. This is a distinctive stamp and die set, and it has beautiful, beautiful papers that are foiled on one side and embossed, and the flip side is just beautiful DSP. So if you don't like the shimmer and shine, you have an equally beautiful flip side. In my opinion, this is the set to have if you are making wedding cards, engagement cards, anniversary cards, and sympathy cards. This is it. Now there is the greetings that are in this set. Actually, let me just grab it. It's underneath the pile here. Sending hugs, let's celebrate, much love in your new life together, and today is a day to remember. This is what I call an elegant set. So we're going to be using that, and it has a coordinating die set, which is beautiful. And that is found on page 65 of the mini, and is shown again on page 78. Oops, so we're going to do that for one card. And for the second card, we are going to be using the Butterfly Kisses Suite. This is found on page 37 of the annual catalog, and it is a Stampin' die set. And if you buy the suite, you also get the DSP and the really, really cute resin flower shapes. And this is shown again at the back of the catalog on page 161 here. So that gives you, I like the way they do that. They put them in two places so that if you miss it the first time, you might catch it the second time, but it also gives you lots of sample ideas, right? So that's a bonus too. All right, we are going to get started. I have chosen Iridescent Pearls for this card, and I'm just going to dump all these little bits and pieces out. And we will get started. All right, so this is card number 1 on the cut list. I'm going to pull this down here and put it down so that anybody who watches this video, if you didn't see the cut list, you can take a screenshot and have the cut list. Okay, we'll just do that for a minute. All right, so all our bits and pieces I'm just going to toss over here, and we are going to concern ourselves with our card base first. My card base is white. It doesn't matter what color you chose as long as both pieces that you choose are the same color. Now, you can be funky if you want, but for today's purposes, they're the same color. Okay, so this first one is 5.5 by 8.5. All right. So you're going to put it in your paper trimmer with the long side at the top. And I'm going slowly because I have people who are stamping with me, and I want them to get it right and not wreck their paper. So your 8.5 side is at the top of your paper trimmer or your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 1. You're going to score at 2, and you're going to score at 5. And it doesn't matter if you do it in your paper trimmer or if you're doing it in your scoreboard. 1, 2, and 5. Okay, have we got that one? Pretty simple. 1, 2, and 5 on the 8.5 inch side. Next one we have is 3.25 by 8.5. And we're just going to score this in half at 4.25. Simple, right? All right. Now you're going to take this and lay it on your table, and you're going to score your fold lines. The big one comes down, so you lay your big one down, and then it comes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down again. So this is what it's going to look like. And once you get to that point, can you let me know? And then I'll move on. I'm just going to sort my things here while you do that. All right, Carol, are you with me? All right, done. Awesome. We are on the right page. Now, we're not going to put, these two pieces are going to go together, but we're not going to put those two pieces together yet. We are going to make our life easy, and on the front of this small one, we are going to put our DSP that is 3 inches by 4 inches. All right. Easy peasy. We're just going to center that up. And I don't know if you can see how gorgeous. I know there's a sheen to it. This is a very slick paper, and the white is actually raised embossing. It's gorgeous stuff. Beautiful, beautiful paper. Okay, now we are going to go to this piece, our wonky piece. We are going to take this. Okay, I told you wrong. I told you needed 2 pieces that were 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. This is where I have to apologize. I went wrong. You need 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 long, but they only need to be 3/4 wide. So throw away one of your pieces and cut the other one down into a 3/4 inch strip. So I'll just go very slowly while you cut that down. Hello, Michelle, welcome. Glad you could join us. We are doing a little fun fold tonight. Carol, let me know when you have your paper cut down to the 3/4 size. No rush. I'm not going to go any further because we're doing it together. How are you doing, Michelle? Still working lots? All right. I think Carol must be caught up and have her paper cut correctly. So Carol, on the front of this, you're going to put one of the 3/4 by 5 1/4 strips. Okay? And then we have a piece of white that's 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. That is to go on the inside of your card. Now, my card is already white, okay? But chances are yours is not. Yours is probably a color. So if your card is white, set that aside. You don't need it. If your card is a color, I want you to glue that in, just matching your borders at the top. Leave a little space, the big space at the bottom. Okay? And then when you get this piece glued in here, you're going to take this strip and put it across the bottom, and that will also cover the seam. on your, oops, I lost the comments. I got part of your comment, Michelle. On your 7 in a row now. Holy. Glad that's not me. All right. So there is what it's going to look like from the front. Okay. Now, we have these pieces. I am going to flip mine over just to have a little bit of contrast. So those are going to go, I'm going to be holding this card so you can see where they go. Okay, on the front panel, down to the seam, and just center them. Leave the same border. Okay. And of course, I'm just using my old Tombow, my go-to. Like it because I get a little second of wiggle room. All right, so there is our contrast. Okay, so when you're looking at the card, I'm going to hold it up so you'll see what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like so far. Oh, I guess that's upside down to you. This is what it will look like. And then when you open it, you'll see this other panel. You won't see this panel until you open it. Okay? And once you get your DSP on there, just give your creases another good burnish. All right. Are you with me, Miss Carol? Have you got all your DSP on? All right. We are going to move on. Now is the time we are going to take this panel and we are going to attach it. All right. So this panel is going to go down. You want to center it on here. This is the front, very front panel. So lay your card out like that. And this is going to be centered here at the bottom. So you want to try to aim for equal space here and here. Okay. But you only want to apply adhesive here. So what I suggest you do is lay your card down here and get it where you want it. And then put your adhesive on here. And that is how I did my first one. I have another card to show you when we're done, of course. And then I'm just going to slide this down into place, making sure that I'm still on track here. All right. Are you with me? Am I going too fast? No, I think I'm okay. All right. Now we're going to fold it up and we're going to flip it over. And we're just going to close it, and you can see that I have from here to here that's going to attach to the back. But it does not go all the way to the bottom, okay? So fold your card up, lay it face down on your desk, and do the same thing. Just kind of eyeball it. And if you want, you can take a pencil and just see what I did here. I just took a pencil and I marked this edge, and this edge just inside where it's going to cover. So now I know that I can put my glue in here easily. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the top because I don't think it's necessary. I'm just going to go down here at the bottom edge. Oops. See what I did? I twisted it. So make sure that you lay it nice and flat and give it a back rub. And of course I got a smudge on there. And then when you flip it over and you stand it up, this is what you have. So from the front, you see this. When you open it, you see this. And when you stand it up, you have this look. So that is the basic card. All you have to do now is decorate. So that's where the fun's going to begin. I have pre-stamped a little greeting, and I put "Today is a day to remember," and I did the little bee, and I colored him in So Saffron and Fresh Freesia, and then I used my Wink of Stella glitter. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up, right on the top of it to give it a little sparkle. And then I pulled out the Fabulous Frames dies. These are fabulous. They're well named. There's all kinds of different frames in here. And there's corners and a little tag as well. I used this oval die. It is stitched and embossed. And I thought that that would be pretty on this card. So what I did is I cut it 3 times. I cut it in white, I cut it in soft seafoam, and I cut it in Fresh Freesia. And I want to use that on this panel to do something. I got to do something here. But I'm thinking that Fresh Freesia is just going to give it a little pop of something. And if I put... I haven't quite decided what I'm doing, to tell you the truth. I think I was going to put different colors in each one. Now that one's kind of nice, the white with the Fresh Freesia, but then I have a lot of white here. I'll show you some of these die cuts that I cut. There's these larger ones I did in white. Then I have these ones that I did in white and soft seafoam. And then there's this one that's kind of a medium-sized one. I really don't think we need... I can either go that way or I can go that way. I think I like the white. I think the white is very, very simple. So I'm going to take these and put them in my bits box for another card. And I also cut a little piece of soft seafoam so I can back my greeting. All right, so that's just going to give it a little bit of definition. And now I'm going to put this baby together. And I just need to figure it out, because one way, that's the right way. So now I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to actually tape it on the back side. I just need to find the tape. Now, let's do something different then. I'm going to put it on dimensionals anyway. Let us use the dimensionals to adhere this together. How's that for smart? Success! Good, good, Carol. Yes, I can't wait to see what her card looks like too. You guys are very, very good about sharing what you make. I know a lot of people love to see what you guys make. Kind of boring watching me all the time. And I love to see your cards. I've had other demonstrators comment that it's so nice to see that your customers are actually posting. So there you go. A little bit of encouragement for you guys. Now, I never quite thought this all the way through. I'm going to pop this one up too. All right. Pop my little greeting on here. And I'm just putting this at the bottom, and it's going to cover up all the DSP, but that's okay. There's plenty of it on this card to ooh and ah about. And I think I'm going to use the white one. I think it's very, very classy looking. So I'm going to try my best to put, if you're wondering what I'm doing when I'm in the camera like this, I am swiping so I can see your comments. After about a minute, they disappear and my screen goes blank where the comments are supposed to be. I don't know why. I've tried to figure it out and I can't, so I have to swipe left in order to see your comments. I know there must be a setting somewhere to fix that, but I am not a technical girl. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look how fine that leaf die cut is. Michelle, if I don't know whether you were here when I showed it, it's the Splendid Thoughts bundle, and it comes with the dies. It is beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm going to open mine up, and I'm going to actually put one of these seafoam ones on the inside, just so there's a little decoration on the inside. I have a a stepson who's getting married in a couple of weeks. So that is my thought for their card. I think it's beautiful set. And I know guys don't care too much about beautiful cards, but us girls sure do. All right, I have lots of leftovers for my bits box. Now, I am going to bring in these beautiful new iridescent pearls. I was frozen. I'm sorry, Michelle. It is, let me pull this out so it doesn't have glare. It is called Splendid Thoughts. It is actually a suite of products, and they are found in the mini on page 6465. If you buy the suite, you get the stamp set, the die set, these beautiful little embellishments. I could show you those too. What did I do with them? I just had them. And, oh, they must be in here with these ones. Just bear with me and I'll show you. Yeah, they're called open leaf trinkets. Aren't those pretty? And they're very lightweight. Just a glue dot will hold those on, or you could use Tombow and it will dry clear. And it also comes with soft seafoam seam binding ribbon and the gorgeous designer series paper. I'll take a minute and show you the paper just because it's so gorgeous. And I know there's going to be reflection because some of these are foiled. Let me see if I can get it so there's no glare. Maybe impossible. This is a rose gold with white embossed flowers on it. And the flip side is this gorgeous variegated calypso coral. Then this is the one that we use today. It's very slick, and it the white areas are embossed, and the flip side of that is this kind of I don't know, weird pattern, pretty but weird. Then we have this beautiful champagne foil with the white embossing. And the flip side of that is just this Sahara sand and white variegated. Check this one out. I don't know whether you can see this or not. I know my lights make things reflect. This one is the pink with the white embossing. And the flip side is just this very subtle but beautiful leaf pattern. And then this one, I love this one because this is the one that you can cut up into 6 pieces and make instant cards. And this is kind of a greenish tinge. And then on the back side, just the lovely soft leaves. And then we are back to the rose gold with the white. This is another one we can just chop into 6 and make cards. And the back side is another leaf pattern. Now, I don't have the papers, but I will tell you the colors. They are Petal Pink, Soft Sea Foam, Pool Party, Fresh Freesia, Sahara Sand, and Copper. So I guess it was copper, not rose gold, that I showed you at the first. This one. I thought it was rose gold. The rose gold must have been the last one. All right, so that is the gorgeous paper. Pardon me. I need a sip. Okay, so back to my cards. Let's pop these in here, and we will pop on some embellishments. I brought in this white, what's this called? White sparkle ribbon. And if you look at this closely, it has some like very pinky tones to it. So I'm going to use that to make a bow. And see what that looks like on here. And I'm working slow here and gabbing a lot because I want Carol to be able to finish her card before we move on to card number 2. All right, now where's my ribbon scissors? Oh, that's going to be beautiful. Love it, love it. So we have that, and I brought in these new, I haven't even used these yet. They're called Iridescent Pearls. And they kind of take on a little bit of the color of what they're reflecting off of. So if I put, let me grab some glue dots. Where did I put them? And you have to forgive me, I'm out of glue dots, so I'm using another brand while I wait for mine to come in. All right. Let's get some little dots on the back of our bow. you are done. Awesome. Carol, I knew you would probably finish before me, but that's okay. I've been blabbering here. And chances are you're not putting ribbon on yours because you're not much of a ribbon girl like I am. And we'll put that one there. And then I'm going to trim those tails down even a little bit more. They're too long for my liking. And boom. And boom. All right, now I'm just going to grab some of these. I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm only going to use one side. There we go. Man, those pearls are pretty. I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, how this one here is taking on the green. Can you see that? Oh, they all are. Isn't that pretty? So this is how it would stand. This is how it would look from the side. And then when they open it up, that's what they'd see. All right, that is my card. And I have another one to show you. I just need to find my desk here. Let's put some of this stuff away. And we will move it on along. All right, here is my second card. And as you can see, it's exactly the same as this. This one I did with the double oval punch. That way you could have the matte layer as well as the greeting. And I just wrapped some evergreen ribbon right around this panel. And on here, I don't remember what I used for dots. Why can't I? Oh, champagne. I think those are the champagne ones. And this is a paper that is retiring in 2 days. And this is just the flip side of this paper. I just thought it was nice with the evergreen leaves. And then my inside is just plain. So that is Fun Fold number 1. So you can make them as plain or as fancy as you want. All right, now card number 2. Let us get the instructions for it, and I'll put them down here so anybody who wants them can take a screenshot. And while that's there, I will start digging out my stuff and talking one more time about what set we're using. For this one, Michelle, we are in the annual catalog on page 37. We're using the Butterfly Kisses suite of products. It's the stamp set and the dies. There are the little resin flowers and the DSP paper. Super, super fun set. All right, I need a little bit of room here. Okay, so this one, we need a card base that is 5.5 by 6.5. Okay, now where's our ruler? So this is my 6.5 inch side. You're going to put this in your paper trimmer or on your scoreboard, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4 on the long side. So this is what you have. My paper got bent somehow, but I'm sure we won't notice when we're done. So that is what it looks like. It's going to be standard size, fit in a standard envelope. So your front side is just going to be short. Okay? No big deal. We're ready to go. So the piece that you cut off when you cut this, or otherwise a 2-inch strip, the 2-inch strip, you can leave it plain, but I used the tailored tag dies. And that is tailor-made tags. And this set is super cool. They are different size. Some are square at the bottom, some are round at the bottom, and they're all different sizes. I find myself using those a lot. Those are found in the annual catalog, and they are a standalone die, page 175. They're right here on page 175. All right, so what I did is I took my 2-inch by whatever, I guess it was 2 by 5.5 that was left, and I cut it with a tailor-made tag. And then I scored it at 3 1/4. So Carol, you can score yours at 3 1/4. And it doesn't have to be this tag, it can be whatever you want. It can be just plain. I just did it with the tag. All right. And then you needed a piece of designer series paper that's 2 inches by 5 1/4. This piece is going to go here, down at the bottom on this flap. So this, your card is going to go this way. Okay, your card's going to open this way. So I am going to take this DSP, and this is the butterfly DSP that's in this suite, and I'm going to attach this on this lower flap, like so. Yes, it's beautiful set, Michelle. That last set, it's gorgeous. All right, so this is what we have so far. Then I told you needed to have a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, to put on the inside. However, I've decided to step mine up one little step further, and I've cut I took one of the colors out of the designer series paper, and I cut a mat that's 4 by 5 1/4 to put in here. And I could leave it like that, but I like to have the white. So I cut one just 1/8 of an inch smaller in white. Oh no, I just did it wrong. I just did it wrong. I'm sorry, Carol. I hope you haven't got that far. This piece has to be glued in behind. I sure hope I didn't ruin your card. This piece has to go in behind this layer. If you've got it glued down, grab your dental floss. It will lift it off that corner. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself. All right, so matte layer. See how this is coming together now? Why we scored this little piece? Because this is going to be our card. So mine's going to be super, super simple. Mine is going to be ever so simple. I have fussy cut a butterfly. Oh, good. I'm glad, Carol. I fussy cut a butterfly out of the DSP. I'll show Michelle that designer series paper. I know Carol's seen it before, but Michelle, I'll just flip through so you can see it. It's super bright and cheerful. And I think there's 8 sheets that you can actually cut butterflies right out of the paper. Super, super. Kind of can't help but make you happy because it's so colorful. And this card's going to be a total contrast to the elegant one that we just made. This one's a fun card. So what I did is I just fussy cut this guy, and I'm just gonna do a little flip with my bone folder carefully because it's only DSP, and curl up his wings a little bit. And before I put it on there, I'm going to use Wink of Stella and sparkle up his body, or her body, just to give it a little bit of something something. And I'm actually going to put it on dimensionals. I'll just pop 2 on there down the center. And I'm just going to have him flying to the right, Carol. And then what I did is I stamped the greeting from this stamp set. There's a little one in here that says, hey. I stamped that in the Sweet Sorbet. And then I punched it out with a 3/4 inch circle punch. And I'm going to mat that on a 1 inch circle punch, just so I have, and that's going to tuck right in here. And I'm thinking I'm going to put some baker's twine or a little something something right here. I don't know what it's going to be. I thought I had some ribbon already picked out, but apparently not. And there's nothing in here that I want to use. That's my current baker's twine. I have an entire drawer full. This would make your head spin. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Isn't that crazy? Let's look at this card and see what we can find. I could probably use that one. That one's not even close. Why don't I just take, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that camera. I'm just going to take this green and snip off a piece. And see if I can make a little bow. Alright. I'm just doubling my baker's twine in hopes of having success with this bow. Alright. Now we're going to trim those tails down because we don't want this very big. Throw that in the garbage. Alright, let's see what that looks like. If I had that little bow there to cover that, and I could actually, I might put that hay over there. And you could put this flap on whatever side you want. There's no rhyme or reason. Just go with it. Have some fun. Now I'm going to bring in these wonky glue dots. And take your pick tool. Let's see what I can do here. I just have to be careful that the glue dot doesn't go through the hole, because then it would glue my flap down, right? And I think I'm going to tame those tails a bit as well, if I can. My pet peeve is having tails on ribbon that go all over the place. I like control and order. All right, now we need to embellish. And for this one, I chose the new Iridescent Rhinestones. And I think what I'm going to do is, where is that tool? And I am going to, what looks like yours, Carol? Tell me, do. I'm going to put a little trail like so. And I might put, I'm going to try these ones up here. Oh, those are way too big. No, no, no. This is unheard of. 7 embellishments on one card. It's a new record for me. All right. My card is done. Believe it or not. Let's pull it up and have a look. Hopefully you can see all of those beautiful sparkles. I've got 2 here and 5 down here. And then this flips up and pops down. So when you write, just make sure that you're writing underneath this and below this, or it will show, right? So there we have our second fun fold card. And the instructions for this are on my Facebook page if you want them. Or you can pause the video and do a screenshot. So here is the second card that I did. And this one I designed for the guys. And this is one of the little punch outs from that paper. Remember we used those before? Awesome. I can't say enough good. Oh yes, the ribbon drawer, Carol, yes. I can't say enough good things about this He's the Man paper, because you get so many of these little die cuts. Anyway, I did this one in early espresso with the He's the Man paper. This one's just one single layer. I used some of the rustic metallic dots for my embellishment. They're just very, very plain and masculine looking. And down here at the bottom, I took some linen thread and I just wound it around each other and tied it in the middle, and then I cut the ends. So it's not a bow, it's just a something. And then I put the third, or I tried to put the third. Where is my take the pick tool? It has slipped. I've been carrying this around in my bag since Sunday. And that little dot has slipped. It was on the knot. There we go. So there is that one, and there is our feminine version, the butterfly. And I have one more card to show you after I show you these ones one more time. There's this one and this one. I have one more card to show you that I made after I made this one and decided to use this set for my video. I had some bits and pieces, and there's one stamp in that set that I really, really like. This one here speaks to me. I don't have any idea what it is. I don't know what color it's supposed to be, but I wanted to do a card that used the plainish side of this paper. So this is what I came up with. I used this die cut, which is supposed to be a bowl for these plants, or a pot, you know what I mean? I used it for the greeting itself. Just flipped it upside down. And look at that paper. It is gorgeous. And then I did it again on the inside. And I tried to put some shading when I was doing my coloring on this one. I think it turned out okay. I haven't got any embellishments on there because I really don't know what I'm going to put on there, to tell you the truth. I don't really want sparkle. Let's do that right now because we can. Let's look through this bucket of currant. I think if I put sparkle on there, it might take away from it. I think I'm just going to use basic pearls. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll try it and see. Let me get these out of the way so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Oops. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just like that. So this here, I just took a corner rounder and rounded these corners. And that's the back side of one of those papers that I showed you earlier from this suite. All right, my friends, that is it for today. You got 5 instead of 1 today. How crazy is that? All right. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them. You guys know how to get a hold of me. If you're placing an order with me for July 1st, please make sure it's to me by 10 p.m. on the 30th. And I'll make sure I get your stuff ordered. For every $60 you spend, you get to choose one freebie from Celebration. All right, my friends, have a good evening. Bye-bye.